Okay guys, have you ever thought to yourself, should I buy starts at a big box store or should I buy starts at a private nursery? Well, I thought that, and I thought some of you might have thought that, so I am going to take you guys today to both, and we are going to see the pros and cons and what are the good things, what are the bad things about them. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today I am taking you guys on a little field trip to get some starts. Now, we are going to be filling up this garden. It is our fall planting season here in the desert. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, Zone 9B, and this is the time we grow the most vegetables and seasonings and herbs and spices and all those different things. I save a ton of money during this time, and if I do it right, I can save a ton of money during the summer as well because we'll have all of these things preserved. Now, not only am I growing for our house here in the city, I am also trying to preserve for our homestead, our new homestead up north in northern, more northern Arizona, about 3 hours away from Phoenix. So I am trying to do double duty in my small space garden. And for those of you guys that have been following me for a while, you know that I have packed a lot back here. Like I have packed and packed and packed and packed and packed. And this year is no different, except for I'm gonna try and pack more, which means I'm probably gonna need to buy some starts because, as you guys saw in the video the other day, my starts were not happy from the inside. So I planted what I had already, and we're gonna go try and fill up some stuff, and we're also gonna be planting some seeds. Okay, so we are gonna head to 4 different stores. We have A&P Nursery and the Arizona Worm Farm are gonna be, they're my 2 favorite for nurseries. And then we're also gonna head to Lowe's and Home Depot. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna compare and contrast them. Okay guys, first up on our big box stores is gonna be Lowe's. We're gonna go into their garden center and see what they have. Okay guys, so Lowe's has a huge selection of flowers, so pretty. But one thing I realize is that I don't really see the 6-packs. Like this is $3 for one French marigold, where it used to be you could get like an entire 6-pack for like maybe $4 or something like that, like $3.99. Same thing, you'll need like way more than one of these to really fill out stuff. Now their veggie selection is kind of the same way, where there's a lot more of just like the single ones, which these ones aren't bad. That is a lot of squash like a lot of squash. And there's something that you can't like separate, so it's kind of like a waste of money to get that many. Some of your things like your tomatoes and stuff like that you can separate, but $6.48 for a plant, that's crazy. Those are really expensive prices here at Lowe's. The same thing with like lettuce, like that's super expensive, $6 for one little pot of lettuce. They do have some really healthy looking vegetables, but that's too expensive for them. Now the ones you can separate are going to be like your tomatoes. So I mean, if you found one, these are kind of big to try and separate, but there are ones that you can separate like that one. But still, these ones are better priced and they are at a good height. Like if you're going to be getting like your tomatoes, these will be a good start. For me, starting my tomatoes by seed right now, probably not the best or greatest of ideas, but it will be like if you were trying to get tomatoes really early, these ones are a good height. Oh wow, I finally found some 6-packs, it looks, of like some lettuce and then also some kale. $5.98. Not a bad price for those things. Celery is one of those things I always buy, and if you buy it at this size then you can separate it, but it looks like there's not that many per cell. I want like a bunch per cell. So let's go to the next one. Okay guys, the next one is a mom and pop one. It is A&P Nurseries. Let's go inside.
Okay guys, so let's start with the flowers. This is one of my absolute favorite nurseries actually. So they have lots of 6-packs, and the 6-packs are going to be $4.99 a pack. I haven't decided what flower I'm going to put in our desert homestead. I think maybe some snapdragons because those are my favorite, and then also marigolds also do really well, and they help repel a lot of like bugs and insects. So I think I'm gonna grab a packet of marigolds at least for right now.
Okay guys, they're just now starting to get their veggies out, but we have like these 6-packs of greens and collards and cabbages. We also have onions here, red onions. Now these ones, unless they're really packed in, usually I get a single pack of onions and I separate them. But unless they're like really packed in, it's kind of expensive. They also have peppers going on here. And then they also have the singles where you can get like a big chunk of something. A lot of the lemongrass and herbs and stuff like that are pretty good for the singles. The 6-packs are $6.99. Not sure how much the singles are, but I will find out. Something nice here too is they also have 3-packs. A lot of times for a small space desert gardeners, we can't fit 6 like, Brussels sprouts in our garden. And also look at that. See, that celery is packed in there in that 3-pack. And that one is probably like, I think the 3-packs are $2.99. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of those. Look at how cute. Gotta love a sweet nursery cat. Hi kitty. Hi baby. Okay guys, next on our list is Home Depot. We're gonna see if it's cheaper than Lowe's.
Okay guys, so I think Home Depot has a more reasonable selection of like their big like pots. Like they're only $5 if you're getting a big pot, and you're getting like a pretty healthy like pepper or like rosemary. I never would buy cilantro in that big of a pot because cilantro, 1, bolts too quickly, and 2, it can easily just eat it. Your squash and zucchinis and stuff like that, also a little overly seeded, but it's okay because it's only $5 for one of these. They do also have like these ones that are like another big pot that are only $5 or $4.98, and then they also have their 6-packs. So their 6-packs are $5.98, so still expensive, but cheaper than Lowe's. Not as cheap as some other places, but yeah, they do still look pretty good. So we're gonna see what all that they have. So guys, this is what I'm trying to decide on. I want a Tabasco pepper. So I have a habanero pepper growing right now, but the Tabasco peppers grow like crazy. But I love a vinegar Tabasco. Like I absolutely love that. I love it on everything. So especially like greens. So I'm thinking of getting one. I'm scared though. That's going to be a lot of hot peppers in my garden, and part of me thinks like that's a bad idea. But if I put it in a pot, I probably could put it out on our homestead once we get the well. So I think I'm gonna grab it. Now they do also have your big pots with like your jalapenos and your tomatoes in there. These ones, like this cherry tomato, guys, it is going to get huge, so it's probably not the best for like, oh no, this one is I think a dwarf one, so that one's fine. But sometimes they put like giant plants in there. I mean, if you guys remember the size of my serranos in my garden, they're huge. So they're way bigger than that. But I like these, not for $20. I feel like they're a little expensive right now, but I do like these because you get the pot, and you guys will see a lot of these pots in my garden. Look at this one, already has jalapenos on it. Very nice. So if you guys wanted a good start, that would be easy. Now their herbs are a little bit more expensive now. They were cheaper when we had got them, when they first brought them out. You do got to take care of them so they don't die. But yeah, they're a little bit more expensive now. Still cheaper than the other box store, but yeah, way more expensive than some of the other places. You can get these ones, which are $4.95. So one thing I like that Home Depot has are like the packets. Like I got my onion sets here. They're $4.98 for 25 onions. I mean, still a little bit I mean, I feel like they're a good price. I do feel like they're a good price. And then over here, they also have, or wait, it's just down below here. They also have garlic. I don't know if I want to try garlic again, guys. I don't know. I've been getting scarred for life for garlic, but I think I might try it again. It's only $5. And then they have the flowers too, which are really, really pretty. I almost forgot to show you guys the flowers. Now, their 6-packs for marigolds are $3.98. I probably should have came here and got them. I did pick up some at a different store, but yeah, their 6-packs a lot cheaper and yeah, way more affordable. And they have way more selection of your 6-packs. So probably want to get more flowers, then I will go ahead and get some of those. They do have the single pill or single bucket ones too.
Okay guys, so I'm back. I'm gonna have to show you guys what I got at, or gonna have to take you guys to the Arizona Worm Farm tomorrow. But it'll be tomorrow in this video. So it'll just be a little bit after I talk about what I got and why so far. So first, compare and contrast Lowe's and Home Depot, since those are my two big box stores. Now, when it came to those, Lowe's were way more expensive than Home Depot was. Not by like a lot, like maybe like a couple, maybe like 30 cents, somewhere around 30, 40 cents, maybe $1, somewhere in there. They also didn't have a good variety. Now, this is the first part of the planting season, but normally October 1st is where everybody has everything out and ready to go. And people are buying, like there was a lot of people walking around and purchasing things. So there should have been more of a selection at Lowe's. Now, Lowe's did have a nice healthy selection of vegetables. They all looked pretty good and looked very well, and that was great. But they didn't have a lot of 6-packs. That's something that I feel like are going away more and more and more, are 6-packs in big box stores, which is the cheapest way for you to buy your vegetables. Because if you're thinking about it, if you're getting cabbage is only going to give you 1 head of cabbage. So then you are spending like $4 or $5, or at Lowe's case, almost $7 for 1 head of cabbage. You can just get it at the grocery store. That's way cheaper. But I mean, granted, it won't be like all organic and beautiful and wonderful, but it's pretty expensive. Now, on the other hand, Home Depot had not only the 6-packs, and they had more vegetables, and they also had more herbs. A lot of you guys have watched my channel for a while, where I will tell you, if you have to plant anything, plant a herb garden, because your herbs are going to be what season your food, and they're also going to be what gives you that medicinal medicine. So I highly suggest having a nice selection of herbs in your garden. And you guys will see as you follow me that I grow a ton. So I'd already purchased a couple things from Home Depot that you guys saw me plant out on Sunday, I think it was? Yes, Sunday. So I did, on the other hand, get the garlic. Now, I didn't get the Tabasco because I'm trying to grow sweet Marconis and habaneros back here. I'm keeping them pretty far apart, but they are still growing in the same backyard. So I don't want there to be any risk of cross-pollination. It's less of a risk because the bees aren't really out during the winter. It's too cold. So it's less of a risk that they'll cross-pollinate, but I don't want to chance it with having habanero, Tabasco, and sweet peppers. So I think that if we could get water on the land, that would be a perfect thing to pop out some like a habanero or a Tabasco pepper plant, because yes, I do love vinegar, like soaked Tabasco's peppers. Now, I did get some garlic. I'm gonna try it again. This time I'm gonna plant it out there. My green beans didn't pop up. I'm kind of over the green beans. I think I'm just gonna wait until the fall to do that, or wait until the spring to do that. But I am going to pop these in the refrigerator, because you're supposed to like let them get cold or something, and then we're gonna try and grow them, because garlic is essential to my cooking. So I need to figure it out, guys. If we're gonna be on a homestead, I gotta figure it out. Now, some of the pros that are going to be with big box stores is that if you kill it, you can take it back. Like, they'll take it back and they'll exchange it for you. So you can even dig it up out of your garden with your receipt and take it back. So always keep your receipt when you have like any type of like starts or anything like that that you buy from a big box store. it's nice because it gives you like a longer window. Like I think it's like almost like 4 or 5 months that you have to be able to take things back. Like it's a pretty long time. So if you kill it, you're okay. Now, the cons of that is going to be that it's more expensive than a lot of nurseries. Although, as you saw in the video, the 6-packs of flowers were a lot cheaper at Home Depot than they were at A&P. So there was that, and it was nice to see the 6-packs there. So it's kind of one of those things where you can kind of go and compare prices and see what's going to be the best. But the main pro about buying it from a big box store is that you can return it. Now some of the cons is that a lot of it's going to be like grown in Miracle-Gro. Like I don't like to put Miracle-Gro soil in my garden, so usually I don't like to get that many starts, and I try to get any type of organic ones or something like that that I can find. A lot of times your 6-packs aren't going to come in that, so you just have to have that little bit of soil that is grown with Miracle-Gro. And if you already grow Miracle-Gro in your garden, then that's you do you, it's your garden. Now when it comes to the nurseries, I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Now when it comes to nurseries are going to give you some really good variety. Now you guys are going to see this in a second when I go to the AZ Worm Farm, that the AZ Worm Farm, it is more expensive than A&P because all of their little starts are $4. They do their 4 for $12 sale. All of them are $4. It is what it is, but you can get stuff from A&P cheaper, but at the AZ Worm Farm you can get really unique things. But there are some still good, like, you know, unique things that you can't get at like a big box store, but you probably could, or you would have to really find it, but you probably won't. And you probably just have to you'll probably be able to find the seeds, but not the actual plants. So I got a purple sage, which I think is going to be beautiful. And I'm going to be finishing planting out my herb bed, which I'm pretty excited about. I got a mojito mint. I love mojito mint. It's always in my garden. I use it for cocktails, drinks, and then also for sometimes I use it to cook my lamb instead of my spearmint. So mojito mint, I love it. Has nice big leaves and it's a really beautiful plant. And then also for my 3-packs, which is another nice thing about A&P nurseries, that they have the 3-packs. I got Stonehenge cabbage. Now I'm hoping that when I go down to the AZ Worm Farm, they have the tiara cabbage, because I learned that the tiara cabbage grows well, heads up, everything's good. Although I'm going to try the Stonehenge cabbage. I'm going to put it on this side and hopefully it gets enough sun, and that will be great. I bought my normal pack of broccoli. This year it just said broccoli. It doesn't have a type. It's probably a Whitman broccoli, which is what usually grows pretty well here in Arizona. I do see a little bit of damage. I'm going to check here for worms. Normally, if you get them pretty early on, you don't actually get like any pests or anything like that. All of these ones, though, since we have 2 more days of like 100 degrees, they're going to go inside and wait for me to plant them out. Now, the last 3-pack I got is going to be my celery. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. In here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 celeries that I can see. I grow a year's supply of celery every year from a $2.99 pack of celery, and I'm able to grow a ton of them because this plant splits so easily. Like, you just put it in some water, shake it around, split it apart, and then replant it. I typically do it at night so that then it has a whole, like, overnight to be able to kind of get itself together before the sun hits it. I'll do a whole video about this. I do one every single year, and I grow a year supply and I track it. And yeah, I love it because I use celery for seasonings. I use the leaves to make my celery salt. I use the stalks, some to cook with, but also a lot to make my bone broth with. So celery is really important in my garden. Now, the last one I got was a 6-pack, and that was those marigolds. These marigolds were so beautiful. They were a nice, good size, and yeah, we're gonna try and start getting more options for the bees because that Armenian cucumber is coming down, guys. It's coming down. So let me take you guys over to the AZ Worm Farm, and we're gonna do a quick little tour of that.
Guys, guys, look how pretty this is. We are heading to the AZ worm farm. We are about to make it there right now. As you can see the sign. Alright guys, so I just made it to the AZ worm farm. We are going to head in. This is one of my favorite places to go to. One, because you can like shop while being like just in the farm experience. So like you can walk around the farm if you want to. They have self-guided tours, all that kind of fun stuff. But let's go see what they have. Okay, so they have like a lot of like normal things like the poblano peppers, but then they also have like different things like those chitpin. I don't even know how to say that. They have flowers. As you can see, everything is in a single pot, but things like your butternut squash, you're not going to get more than one of those. So they are all typically $4 each. Yep, they're $4 each, or they are 4 for $12, which makes them a little bit cheaper. So it's a really good price, especially when you compare it to a lot of like the big box stores. So they have, look at that, it is really pretty. That's purple. They have lemon basil, so all the different ones that you probably would never find. Let's see, primrose. This is what I grew. This is actually where I got my evening primrose from, and it grew like crazy. Look at this, guys. Kohlrabi. These are things that you won't really find at like a regular box store. So yeah, so let's see what else they have, and then I will meet you guys back in the garden. Okay guys, so I got some starts. Now these starts actually are cheaper because I got the 4 for $12, so it makes them $3 each. And I got Roma tomatoes, since we know how that turned out for me. I have one Julian tomato. It is a determinate one, never heard of it, but it's supposed to be disease resistant and heat tolerant, so we'll see how that goes. And then I got 3 banana peppers, sweet banana peppers, and then I got a purple basil. Now what's really cool is that they have a points situation going on. So I had enough points that I got a free produce. So I just got a little bucket of limes. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so if you get the deal with them being like, now you don't want to get like onions or anything like that, because it's only like 1 onion per tray. So that then you're only, I mean, that's realistically like $3 an onion. But if you're getting things like tomatoes, like those big ones, you would think that, or you would have to, you can compare that to like the regular like box store where they were like $6 at Lowe's, or like 5 something at Home Depot. Even A&P, I want to say they were $4.99. So that's that. If you want to get some, you know, something cool, head on over there. All right, let's get back to the garden.
So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I hope you learned something new. Thanks for going on a field trip with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have anybody that is trying to grow their food in the hot Arizona desert, send them my way, because I do it all year long. So until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.